Let's detail 6 blockbuster NFL trades we'd like to see during the NFL Draft. Starting us off, the Cleveland Browns trade Baker Mayfield to the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks would get Mayfield, and the Browns would receive a second-round pick. This has been bandied about a whole lot since Cleveland made the blockbuster trade for Watson. Mayfield had requested a trade even before the deal went down. Unfortunately for the former number 1 pick, the market has thinned out considerably. As for the Seahawks, they want us to believe that they're willing to ride with Drew Lock next season after trading Wilson to Denver. Meanwhile, Mayfield could be had for pennies on the dollar. Despite the obvious limitations, Mayfield would be a marked upgrade over Lock. Up next, the Atlanta Falcons trade up with the Houston Texans for Malik Willis. The Falcons would obtain the 3rd pick, and the Texans would get the 8th pick and a 2023 first-round pick. One of the biggest NFL trades of the offseason was the Falcons' decision to move Matt Ryan to the Indianapolis Colts for pennies on the dollar. In doing so, Atlanta made it clear that the team is in rebuild mode with Marcus Mariota acting as the stopgap under center. Why not utilize future draft capital to find that potential franchise quarterback to replace Ryan? At the cost of a first-round pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, these Falcons find a succession plan under center. Up next, the San Francisco 49ers trade for Kadarius Toney. The 49ers would get Toney, and the Giants receive the 93rd pick and a conditional 2023 draft pick. If the 49ers are indeed forced to move off Debo Samuel, it would not be a huge surprise if they turned around and acquired Toney from the Giants. The 2021 first-round pick is clearly on the trade block, with New York's new brass not seeing him as a fit moving forward. Sure, Toney is not even in the same league as Samuel, but he's an ideal fit in Kyle Shanahan's offense. Up next, the Tennessee Titans trade A.J. Brown to the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles get A.J. Brown, and the Titans get the 15th pick, Jalen Reagor, and a 2022 second-round pick. Sure, the Titans fancy themselves as title contenders, but paying Brown $25+ million annually would handcuff this team big time, given the Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill contracts. Enter into the equation a Philadelphia Eagles team that boasts 2 first-round picks in the 2022 NFL Draft and 2 first-round selections next year. Philly can offer up one of those selections, former first-round pick Jalen Reagor, and a future second-round pick to Tennessee for Brown. Up next, Saquon Barkley to the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins would get Saquon Barkley and the 140th pick, and the Giants would get the 102nd pick and a conditional 2023 third-round pick. There's a decent chance that New York will look to move off Barkley at some point after the first round of the 2022 NFL Draft later this week. He's coming off 2 injury-plagued seasons and doesn't fit into the team's long-term plans. It's in this that reports suggest Barkley could be had for pennies on the dollar. Having already acquired Tyreek Hill in one of the biggest blockbuster NFL trades in recent memory, Miami makes perfect sense as the landing spot. And finally, the San Francisco 49ers package Jimmy Garoppolo and Debo Samuel to the Carolina Panthers. There's been some thought given to the idea that Samuel wants to play closer to his native South Carolina. While the disgruntled 49ers star has pushed back against this notion, he likely wouldn't decline a trade to the Panthers after requesting to be moved by San Francisco. If that is indeed the case, the 49ers could very well force Carolina into taking Jimmy Garoppolo's contract. Meanwhile, the Panthers are said to be doing their homework on Garoppolo, with the struggling Sam Darnold slated to be their starter right now. It wouldn't be a shock if they opted to take on Garoppolo in order to land Samuel.